Alright guys, welcome back to Legends of Evil. And today, as you can see, we are talking about Zim! Yes, Zim. I know. He counts as a villain, honestly, he does. So we're going to be talking about Zim being spotlighted here today on Legends of Evil. And we all know the story of Zim. And for those who don't, here's a quick explanation. Zim is part of an alien race known as the Urkins, who go out and conquer other planets. They have this huge galaxy-wide empire ruled by a pair of people known as Tallest Red and Tallest Purple. I know they have real names. I just completely forgot their name. I've completely forgot the names, but yeah, the Tallest just rule them because they're taller than everybody, and these invaders are sent to other planets to conquer them, to subjugate these races into working for them. The Urkin Empire is a clearly massive... Throughout the series, we see how big the Urkin Empire has grown, and it's kind of weird because at the same time you wonder, how did two aliens that are just taller than everybody lead an entire force into conquering the known universe? That's headcanon material right there, folks. So, the story of the Urkin Empire continued on, and then we have Zim, Zim was formerly an invader at one point until he more or less nearly destroyed their homeworld with a battle suit that he created, and not realizing that he had never left the planet. And he's probably the most despised of their race. So, because Zim is incredibly stupid. He's more of a threat to... Because here's the thing. Zim's more of a threat to himself than everybody else. And I mean that in the way that he can be a threat to everybody while while being a danger to himself. And that's actually a better term. Why did I use threat? He's a threat to everybody, but in the wrong sense. He's not a conqueror. He's an idiot who got lucky in the invader program. So, to get rid of Zim, the Tallest sent him to a faraway sector known as Earth. Our world. No duh. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, Zim is sent to Earth with a new robot assistant known as Gur. The two of them traveled to Earth and blended it poorly, mind you, but no one seemed to care because this is Earth. We we tend not to notice stupid things like that. He blends in at a school, and from there tries to conquer the universe. Well, conquer the planet, I should say, but conquering the universe is a stone's throw away from everything else. And at the same time, fighting his opponent Dib. There you go. That is the show. Now, Zim, as stupid as he is, in some cases he's intelligent. But the problem is that he's small, loud, and has probably one of the largest inferiority complexes next to Daffy Duck's. No, really, this guy has has built such a complex around himself that's staggering how he's managed to survive this long without someone killing him, which I'm pretty sure someone has at some point. Now, Zim is, like all Urkins, he needs this life support system called a pack on his back, or he'll die, more or less. He will legit keel over and just perish. Now, Zim is, like I've said, is intelligent, but for all the wrong reasons. He puts that intelligence for the most stupid and asinine things. Seriously, if he had, a little more drive, he probably would have taken over the world by now. In fact, had it been Tak who came to Earth, she had probably would have taken over the world and/or drained it of all of its molten contents from the center of the Earth, and already had it, this shit done in about 3 weeks tops. But thankfully we got Zim, Zim, for all he's worth, is sadly he's no invader, he is simply an idiot. Now, Zim has gone through many different, plans and schemes, and all of them have, for lack of a better word, failed horribly. Like, they've gone down in flames. From trying to create a hamster kaiju to quintessentially, doing the old beaming up cattle and mind controlling them. Zim has more or less failed, whether it be from his own arrogance or from Gur or Dib's tampering. However, Zim has been known to think, he can easily bounce back from anything, give or take. And astonishingly, thankfully, in the people of his world, they're incredibly stupid. People on Earth are stupid, especially in the town he lives in. The only two people who really know that he's an alien are, of course, Dib and Gaz, who... Dib sees Zim as a threat, where Gaz truly sees Zim as he truly is, which is a moron. who left to his own devices would probably never be able to conquer Earth, and more than likely probably would settle down, as most headcanon fanfiction would write, that he would more than likely settle down. Now, Zim's probably his last scheme in the cartoon series, before the show's cancellation, was that he more or less became this Santa godlike being that looked like it was like a Christmas Akira, I swear to God, where it almost turned, like, I'm pretty sure, no joke, I honest to God think that they they basically took the idea from Akira with the storyline with Tetsuo and put a Santa theme to it, and that was supposedly the end of Zim. Or so we thought. Zim, as it turns out, had somehow managed to survive that in the comic book series, where Dib spent years, although his body didn't really change, even though they said years. But yeah, Dib spent years watching Zim's house from his room for nearly years, to the point where he just became sad and gross, and even Gaz was like, "Look, you gotta get out of here. You're becoming like a brony, dude. It's not funny. No offense, bronies. That was a joke." Yeah. Eventually, Zim did one day appear out of his home with Gur by his side, and as it turns out, Zim's been hiding in his toilet for a year. He's been hiding in there for years, and Zim's just been waiting to find the right moment to strike. His first mission, of course, was finding the Gigantus Array, which was supposedly a weapon of mass destruction, or so Dib thought. Dib chased Zim all across the galaxy aboard Tak's ship, and eventually found his way to the Gigantus Array, which he discovered was not a weapon at all, but more like a giant broadcasting system, a galactic broadcasting system that Zim used to... It turns out that Zim, he'd been hiding in the toilet and secretly recording Dib as the years rolled by, and watching, he was watching him he was watching his enemy watch his enemy. It's really weird. But yes, eventually, he just did this to spite Dib, and that's the thing with Zim. He thinks petty revenge is like some grandiose scheme. Hence the Gigantus Array, which turned out to be a giant galactic broadcasting system that he used to humiliate Dib across the galaxy and beyond. And it was kind of a major victory, really. Other times, as I've stated before, Zim sometimes uses that mind of his for less than glorious purposes, such as creating a giant orbital space-bound water balloon that he dropped like an atom bomb on the whole town just to get back at Dib. He even rewrote Dib's memories at one point to think he lived out this great life where he had superpowers, and the whole reason he did that was to make sure to see that Dib would confess to throwing a muffin at Zim's head. That was all it was. As I said, I'm sorry I'm tripping over my words. Like I said before, if Zim could apply himself to something else like all this great ingenuity like Tak did, then he probably would have taken over the world in about a month, maybe 3 weeks tops. But no, thankfully he's too wrapped up in his own, he's wrapped up in his own self and, petty vengeance. So be thankful for that. All in all, who can forget Zim? So so you guys tell me, did you guys like Zim? Of course you guys like Zim. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this loves Zim. But what do you guys think of Zim? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to talk about Zim because I had just read the first 2 issues of the Invader Zim comic by Oni Press, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do a spotlight on Zim today. So here we are. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.